Hey everyone, I'm Alfred. Welcome back to Morrowind. It's been another month since I last recorded, which means that I need to record desperately because I'm almost out of Morrowind episodes. As promised, I killed all these things off screen. Okay, that's all of them. You can talk to that annoying little Dulik if you want. I'll be right behind you. As recommended by my wife, I'm currently recording in the color of my Gatorade. That's her smiling at me. Can you guys hear her smile? I definitely can. I can tell when people are smiling. Maybe just because everyone like smacks their lips when they do it because they're like, you know? Oh man, can you imagine if learning to smile quietly was a skill? She's trying to do it quietly, but I can hear her. My ears are too keen. That's the next JoJo villain. I'll bet you $5 whole. Whenever the next chapter's out, and I don't know when that is. Are we on part 9 now? Or are we going to have an epilogue for 8? I guess this is one of the rare times where it might be like relevant that I'm actually talking about this. Because normally I record in like such an advance that like... I'll just rest here, I guess. Gotta get the passage upstairs. Get upstairs. Okay, cool. He just had to be with me. Nord Mead. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I've got a million of everything. That might be good. What are the effects on this, actually? Strains agility. And fortify strength. I saved you. From miscellaneous Reekling. Gotta get to that passage. You got it, boss. I'm a gun. Just point me in the direction of dudes. God, they have the same model. I don't know which one to shoot. Alright, still doing that. Oh my god. Can I? Okay, well that ruins the effect somewhat. Though it is pretty cool and scary that there's just a bowl of skulls. Without any milk even. Yeah, like I said, it does ruin the effect that you can take the bowl away and the skulls just kind of hang in the air. It's flat. Who is this table for? Is this like supposed to be a bench? I guess I could maybe like see my... This is huge, actually. Never mind. That is a colossal table. Some skeletons. Helm of Wounding. And a steel katana. Alright. Throne room. So Karstag is like the super boss from the second DLC. What are you doing? The master will not be pleased. And you come with Krish. Evil Krish. Krish is bad and you were bad for helping him. What is it you want? You should leave. This is not our doing. Not even Krish could want this. He was too busy here. I was too busy. The master's gone away with the wolves. Big wolves, evil wolves. Wolves that walk like men. Took the master away days ago. No time for fat horkers, and Dulk did none of this. Dulk knows nothing. He tells me his master Karstag disappeared when werewolves appeared at his door. The rest of the giant's minions have been involved in the rebellion at the castle and could not have caused the death of the horkers. I will report to Windai. Wow. Bountiful treasures. It is still the fucking craziest thing in I guess any pre-Skyrim that like you can just put anything in a potion, which means that you can also just eat anything. Like, the idea that you'll just eat crystallized, like, ebony or whatever. Bananas. Couldn't be me. You know, suffice to say, couldn't be me. Hey, alright. This one's a door. Useful shortcut for next time. Alright, I'm not going to go talk to, what's-his-face? I'm going to go back to town. And I will do it on camera because Solstheim is pretty nice. Though I'll try to keep my sword away because, man, this game's lighting is bad. There's always such a... Like, I know that Elder Scrolls literally never come out finished, and, like, there's always some problem with them, but, like, it is so weird about how, like, this game just doesn't run good, even now. Like, granted, I am on a laptop, and granted, I've done a lot of shit to this laptop, you know? I've uninstalled and reinstalled hundreds of games, probably. Who knows how many viruses might secretly be on here? I don't know. I try to only use the legitimate porno sites. Alright, now that you've all had time to laugh at my joke. Now, sometimes you just, like... Honestly, I worry less about getting, like... a virus from, like, a porn site than I do, like, about pirating manga, you know? Because, like, shit, man, I'm poor. And sometimes they just don't have the stuff I want in English. Or, like, I don't want to have to wait for, like, Chainsaw Man to get translated. Like, I own a lot of My Hero. And, like, I'm not caught up now, but I'm also not, like, reading it now. And, like, man, it is expensive to stay in, like, manga. At least in America. Apparently these things just, like, drop in the fucking trees, like fresh apples do overseas in Japan. Although maybe shit's just overpriced in America, who knows? I assume that, like, just as how healthcare is substandardly subsidized by the government, you know, manga is also paid for by your taxes in Japan. Probably not, but wouldn't that be awesome? What are you guys doing here? Bunch of, like, red guards and a single dark elf. Ah, great. Oh, my armor skill went up. That's nice. See, I was led to believe that, like, the main plot is still going to be Empire related. I didn't know it was all going to be about helping the Skull. And again, there's a bifurcation in the quest line. You can help the Skull if you want, but you can also, like, decide to not and just go, like, fight. For you can get infected, become a werewolf, and then fight for the evil werewolf god. I mean, evil's a stretch. Hercene isn't that bad. I've got to say, I talk about game development a lot because I have a lot of interest in games developmentally. Oh, enemies, you say? Oh, him. I have a lot of interest in games developmentally. That's what I wanted. And part of it is just because I do want to develop games, but I also do enjoy just understanding why a game is like it is in any sense. Oh, can I just run away from you? I'm really not. Anyway, first order of business, no matter what, every time, is going to be that the game runs well. I don't know. Guess I could ask you and find out. But yeah, that's probably just the number one for me. Because, like, the easier it is to run and maybe even to mod. I don't necessarily need to mod games. And I don't need to make games that, like... I don't want to make games that, like, need to be modded. Because, like, hey, this game sucks, but if you install a mod to make it good, then it's good. Well, then the game isn't good. But it has a good base, and you can turn it into a good game. But, you know, a game should come out finished. But yeah, I have interest in making a game accessible in obviously in a sense that, like, you know, blind and colorblind people should be able to play a game. And, like, people who just have, like, auditory processing disorder or, you know, aren't particularly quick on the draw should understand shit. There was a really good discussion of, like, accessibility, not really held on purpose even. It was just, like, in Team Fortress 2, they were like, every character has a silhouette. And even with all the stupid hats and cosmetics in the game, you know, every character never loses that silhouette. And they always have that shape, that general, you know, look. You know, Heavy's always big and bare-chested and burly, you know. Scout's always a skinny, reedy little dude. Spy is physically tiny and frail, but stands tall, you know. Everyone has the same stance no matter what. Every character will always have their stuff going on. And it helps in a very broad sense just because you can always look at a guy and know what his deal is, you know? Like, even when you're starting, you can probably figure out what the hell the deal is with everyone just by looking at them. And, like, that's not really the case with Overwatch.
Let's hear it.
Because, like, with Overwatch, if you're just playing, you might know that there are two cowboys and not know the difference. Until, like, later when you find out that one has a rifle and one has a gun, like a pistol, rather. So where am I actually supposed to be going? Anyway, accessibility is a good thing to think about in games. And obviously I do want accessibility in the sense that anyone should be able to play it, but also accessibility in the sense that it should be able to run on anything. I really like the idea, because, like, I never had a good PC as a kid. And so I was never able to play modern games. And, like, I know that this is my fucking backstory here. This is my villain backstory, you know? When I was a child, my dad was killed by a shark, so now I want to kill every shark. That sort of shenaniganery. My wife thinks I'm funny, guys. That's all I need. Who cares about anyone else watching? Yeah, Anyway, this is my backstory and all, but, like, I was never able to play, like, the up-to-date games, so I ended up playing a lot of games that were actually older than me sometimes, because they would run on my PC. Or I would keep playing games that, you know, were a little older, a little out of date, but I still liked. Like, you know, just like playing, like, a 2006 game in, like, 2011 or whatever. Something like that. God, I'm just trying to find out what I'm supposed to be... Okay, it was before this. Carnius Magius. Imperial Cult Shrine. Okay. Awesome. Imperial Cult Shrine. Over here, right?
Go ahead, stranger.
Stuck here.
You've got my ear, let's hear it.
Go ahead, stranger. Strips of Horker hide, and it'll be good enough.
Ya-da-da. You're the man. Current assignment. I don't have anything going on for you, but Falco's having a problem at the site. Doesn't surprise me in the least. Get out there and see what's going on. Okay, don't update my journal or anything. I'm glad I came to see you, though. Jesus. Thanks for nothing. Alright, gotta find Mr. Lombardi. Ya-da-da. But yeah, it's one reason why I also, like... Even though it still runs shitty on, like, 10 years out, 20 years out systems, I do, you know, I did like playing Morrowind. I do like playing older games just because, like, it is still a good game, you know? Just because it's older doesn't make it not good. But man, there are, just some problems in it. It's also one reason why I've really learned to appreciate like a PS1 aesthetic. Because another thing, more sad backstory, don't mind me, but I was also relatively poor as a child. And usually I wanted to get like more bang for my buck, so I would try to buy games that were longer. And this sometimes, I say sometimes, this often just meant that I had more games that I didn't finish. Because I bought, 3 long-ass RPGs instead of 3 short games that I could play and beat reliably. And the games that I ended up really liking were usually actually short games that were really replayable. Like Revengeance. I probably played 1,000 hours of Revengeance on my 360. Well, 1,000's a bit much. But it's definitely in the triple digits at least. I played a lot of Revengeance. I have it on Steam now. And I will LP it someday, but... So yeah, I would usually try to get like games that were like... had a lot of bang for your buck. So when I had a PS3, I was like, I gotta get Metal Gear Solid 3 HD Collection. Because like that's like every game, dude. That's all of them. And I did, and I ended up playing every game, and that was great. Or like, because older games would sometimes be cheaper, because like, if you had a Wii, you would know. The Virtual Console, you get a NES game for $5. Or I think a SNES was $8, and a N64 game was $10, or maybe they were $20. Anyway, you could get those for cheap, whereas a new game would run you $60. Actually, I think it was $50 on the Wii, but it was still $60 for everything else. Getting off topic. I'm looking for Falco.
My lungs must be as black as these rocks.
Oh, I love a good case of black lung.
May the wind be on your back.
If you're part of this accursed plot to rape the land, you'll suffer the same fate as the rest. You'll be cursed. Cursed, I tell you. Whatever. Skyrim likes to do that now that I think. Because, like, just thinking about it, I remember Ulfric Stormcloak using the term, like, rape in Skyrim. It's at the peace treaty. He refers to the Empire raping their lands. Just because they have mines set up and they're, digging iron ore out of the ground and stuff, cutting down trees. Just colonizing it. Not that, Skyrim wasn't colonized already. It was just colonized by different people, and now new guys are showing up to colonize it. Maybe that's supposed to be a cultural thing for the Nords. Because Ulfric Stormcloak is, like, so a Nord. And, like, part of that is because he, like, makes himself into a Nord. He acts more like a Nord than he is. Excuse me. Where's Falco, please? Spends his time at the site. Oh my god, where is he, though? Falco. Somewhere around... Thank you for nothing. Anyway, so yeah, I ended up playing a lot of, like, older games just through, like, Virtual Console stuff as a kid. And for whatever reason, a lot of those just like happen to be PS1 games. Like, I played probably like 50 hours of Symphony of the Night. Never beat it. Never even got that far. But I do really love Symphony of the Night and its aesthetics.
3 blessings.
Are you him? Okay. Confound it all. I hope Karnas wouldn't catch wind, of our situation. I had things under control until recently. It's this crazy Nord. Holdar the Strange, we're calling him. Or Hroldar. So Hroldar with an H. Hroldar. We're just taking to calling them. Hanging around for a while, ranting about how we're ruining the land. If we don't stop, we'll incur the wrath of nature itself. He was a nuisance, but now we have to get rid of him. I'm sure Carneus wants him killed. Anything standing between Carneus and Prophet deserves death warrant so far as he's concerned. But I can't be that harsh. I feel sorry for the poor man. It's clear his own people have abandoned him, though I can understand why. Youch, Falco. I ask that you don't hurt him. Try to reason. Failing that, come and talk to me. We can work something out. Oh, were you right over here? Oh, damn it. I must have just walked by him. Falco, sure. da. Hroldar. No idea where he came from. Is he really that stubborn? Fine, I don't have time for this. We need to get in there and finish my work. You have my permission to rough him up a little bit. Bare fists only, no weapons, no spells. Are we clear? I want him to understand he's not welcome. I don't want him dead. Can I just kill him? Oh, wouldn't it be so... It would be so easy. All right, let's do a little quick save. Let's do a hard save, actually. Rough him up. One word.
You'll not infect me with your devilry. I am here to defend nature, and I'll do so at any cost. Now be gone.
Okay, first and foremost, let's load that save. And then let's wait and get my stamina back, because jeez. Alright, go time.
You're bested.
It's pretty brave to start a fight by saying you're bested.
How does it feel to know death is near? Run while you still can, child.
I've still got that auto clicker. I froze this Gatorade, and there's a little like a slushie in here essentially. Anyway, I've still got that auto clicker from playing that clicker dating game. It's called Crush Crush if you're interested. I've actually beaten it. I'm also now playing its counterpart, Blush Blush. And when Hush Hush comes out, I might even let's play it. My God, this is agony.
You should have picked an easier opponent.
On assignment, get rid of him. I'm not good with hand-to-hand combat. You're kidding me, right? You don't know how to throw a punch? Well, that doesn't speak highly of you. Go learn something. Or use some magic shenanigans. I'm not here to hold your hand.
Good work with the ebony. Keep it up.
All right, we do it my way now. Yet-da-da. I didn't want him dead. Did I give you orders to kill him? No. Do you have some sort of problem following orders? I can't trust you to do what's asked of you. Are you concerned with what Carnius wants rather than the welfare of the colony? It's too late now. Get out of here. Go tell Carnius what happened. I'm sure he'll be delighted. Yeah. Look, man. I don't give a shit about what country you're from. This is the Dark Elf place, and we solve problems the Dark Elf way. I'm well known for solving my problems with murder. I did it in, like, episode 5 of this series. There's that, It was the first, like, episode I just did for, like, ASMR. I barely do those now anymore. Sorry, I just had, like, a brain blast. It was like episode 5 of this series. I mean, I say this series, but it was really this character, because now this is the third series with this character. But it was back when I was still doing the main quest. I was also doing the Fighters Guild quests, because this character is about like pure, real, like just straight up and down strength. And if you're watching this without watching that, what are you doing? Actually, never mind. I guess you could have started it as Bloodmoon, because, like, tons of people play a game and then don't play the DLC. What the? Oh, it's a bear on its hind legs. I was like, what the fuck? Snow bear. Da bears. Yeah, I guess lots of people probably, like, start a DLC, but don't finish it, because, like, sometimes it's just more of the game, and that's not necessarily what you want. Because, like, whatever, you know? It's just more gameplay. Because, like, you take, like, a DLC, like... Well, just to give an example, because I was thinking about it. Like, the Revengeance DLC. New character, new playable character, a whole bunch of new moves. New missions, some of the same enemies, but a lot of them remixed completely. And, like, you have an entirely new moveset for each DLC, for each character to, like, play with. You know, that's a lot of stuff for it. But if you don't care about the gameplay, then you have the story. And, like, I can see why people wouldn't care about the story of a Platinum game. But it's also a Metal Gear game, so maybe you should care. But I'm not here to tell your business. But, like, if you're not in on the story of this DLC, then, like, Whatever, man. He's dead. Wonderful. That'll send a message. Anyone who gets in the way of the Raven Rock project will suffer dearly. Excellent work. Don't worry about what Falco thinks. He still take order from me. Yeah. See, this guy knows what's up. Just solve your problems with enough murder. The more killing you do, the bigger a problem you can solve. That's the Dark Elf way. That's the Dunmer way. Oh, yeah. I've got to wait 2 days. I don't need to do that. Yep.
Any time now.
Yeah, I know, right? I think it's 2 days. Current assignment. No work, a few days. So it's not 2. 3 full days. You know, at some point you have to get tired of the guy standing in your lobby and just, you know, give him something to do, right? Actually, you can make yourself useful. It's a menial task, but it needs to be done. Spend a great deal of money ensuring that supplies are delivered from the mainland. I'd like you to go make sure everything is in order. Supply ship arrived this morning according to my schedule. Get me a copy of the manifest from Falco, will you? On your way. But yeah, a lot of tradition in with his character about solving problems with murder. And by tradition, I mean in that it's always the easier option. Just ice the fool, you know? I wonder if killing, because like I assume that that guy's a Nord, or maybe even he's like a straight up skull. Sorry, my dad's texting me. Don't mind me. If it's good news, I'll tell you about it. If it's not, you'll never hear of it again. North. That's the way we're headed. I would probably not use murder to solve my problems as much if it wasn't so appealing and easy of an option every time, you know? Wow, I waited for 3 days and my health didn't come back all the way. How much does your health come back when you wait? Is it like 1 an hour? It's more than that. That's weird. Was I sick or something? Wow, I've gone not north enough.
All this fighting?
We haven't started fighting yet, dog. I hope that they're in... I assume that they can go to Sovngarde since they did die in battle. You know, the rules for real-world Valhalla is that doesn't matter what, you just gotta die in battle. And, like, you know, they say die honorably, but they really just mean die in battle. And so, like, you can't die from old age. So if you're, like, 85, you're pushing it, man. And, like, if you're 85 and you're a Viking, you have to go find some punk kid and just, like, mouth off to him until he ices you. But, like, all these people are young. Well, they could be sick, actually. Maybe that's why they're doing it. Was this here before? Hey, I'm actually building the town, aren't I? That's cool. On assignment, shipping manifest. I'd give it to you if I had it. No ship has arrived. May have something to do with the fact that Carney has never said anything about putting it in dock, so where could a ship of that size even land? I'm of little help. I've spent all my time making sure the construction proceeds smoothly, so I haven't seen anything. Check with the men. Perhaps one of them can tell you. Okay. It would be nice if you had like a dominate mind spell. The day, another 100 piles of ore. That's a lot of gold. It's like 200 septims like per piece, I think. Let me see. Seen anything? Well, maybe I did see something now that you mention it. Night before last, saw a light to the northwest. Thought it was a reaver boat or raiding party. And I wasn't about to go check it out, but maybe it was our supply ship.
Another day.
Maybe it was both. Maybe that's what happened, huh? It's a supply ship and a raid. to the northwest. Just checked the text from my dad. I apparently pre-ordered Pokemon Brilliant Diamond at some point. Don't know why, as a matter of fact. Though I suspect it might actually be one of my friends. I remember I did actually buy my friend a Pokemon game just because I was feeling in a good mood. And I had cash to spare. So maybe she just, like, pre-ordered it while... Does that work, I guess? Yeah, maybe it does. Maybe she just like, oh, that looks like a shipwreck. Maybe she just like happened to pre-order it while she was still using my card. I'll ask her about it when I'm done recording. Supposed to be doing my job. Alright. Is this thing still broken? Yes, it is. Damn. I don't have any, Yeah, I don't have any of those, do I? Crap. Oh god, they're stunning me. It is practically depressing just to see how low the like the sprint speed is in this game. It is so minuscule. Like, I know that I've basically been sprinting from the second I started playing, but let's just remind everyone, this is your walking speed. Can you, like, imagine getting anywhere like this? You could maybe, like, I guess it's possible that you could just, like, tape the button down. Or actually, yeah, there's just a button that you can hit to auto walk, so you can have your hands off the keyboard. And then, like, what? It's 2001. What else are you going to do? Read a book, I guess? But yeah, and if you walk at, like, a decent pace, you drain the heck out of your stamina. Bananas. It's one reason why this game is, like, so, like, long, I think. Oh, these are useless, actually. I'm already immune to everything.
Get them away! Get them away!
You killed them? They're all gone?
Things.
Don't leave me here. Let me go with you. Oh, you can't leave me. No one would be that the heartless. I'd freeze to death. I don't know what I was thinking, hitching a ride on a supply ship in the first place. Who appoints a wood elf captain on a ship? Ooh, racism. I should have known better. And that horrible crash. Now they're all dead. And the supplies are ruined. I just need to get warm. Take me with you. Follow me. Thank you. There isn't enough food there isn't even enough food left to survive on. Most of the supplies are gone. Well, I guess you should take me to whomever your boss is. I mean, you're not offended, I'm assuming you're not the boss. It's just that those people tend to be the bosses of things, don't usually wander around the countryside looking for people to help. They send other people to do that sort of thing, don't they? Hey, how come we're not going anywhere? Because you're still talking. All right. Now for another action-packed walk. I mean, I guess my walks are pretty action-packed. Apparently the melee combat is, like, kind of, like, good in, Oblivion. You know what? Honestly, I should take a poll. I should take a straight up and down poll on what I should play next. And obviously it'll be a couple of months out because, oh my god. How much of my life has been spent on Morrowind in the last couple of months? Like, I recorded almost 30 episodes. I think it was like 26 episodes, I want to say, of just normal Morrowind. there's another 5, I think, of me doing Veteran Guard quests and Fighters Guild quests. You know, technically side content, but, you know, I did it in the main storyline. I did it to prepare for the main storyline, in fact. There's like 7 or 8 episodes of me in Tribunal, and then there's this. And I'm not done with it yet. Again, that's also not even counting all the other Morrowind videos I've done.
The jewel of Solstheim.
I attempted, and if you don't know, I attempted to do a Morrowind LP a little over a year ago. Can't thank you enough for rescuing me from that horrible shipwreck. I'm sure I'll have a delightful time here in the colony. I hope the people here are nice and like to chat. Yeah, you're going to talk some ears off, I bet. Have you seen anything? Wrecked? Are you sure? Yeah, dude. Well, there's a little more than can be done. At least the survivor made it. I told Carnius it was a bad idea to take the lowest bidder. Ugh, those wood elves. Can't trust them. Can't run a business. Can't pilot a ship. Just casual wood elf racism. Look, as long as it's not anti-Dunmer sentiments, I don't care. Or pro not Dunmer. I told Carnius, yada, 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 and this is too important not to take seriously. At least you solved the mystery. Thank you for looking into it. You just need to make sure word gets to Carnius. If you had those pickaxes. Yes, there are several miners' picks that are supposed to be sent over. We can manage without the other things, but we really need to make... Did you check the wreck? Oh, I gotta go back.
Too bad about the ship.
All right, I'm going to pause my recording, but I'll be right back. All right. I'm back in for just a second to show you that I did make it to the inside of the ship, and there's a bunch of picks around here. But they're not in these boxes. I guess that makes sense. They were tossed by the star. Oh, for God's... Oh, I don't need that. Go to hell, axe. As a fan of Super Best Friends play, I am ready to throw an axe into a pit at any second. Also, yeah, it seems to be that my friend just ordered a pre-ordered copy of the new Pokemon while using my GameStop Power Up Rewards card for the perks of it. Because, you know, may as well use it. It's not like I buy like a shitload of video games from GameStop anymore. It's a shame because, like, I love GameStop, but, like, man, Steam is just infinity better. Anyway, I'm going to pause it again so I don't have to do the walk on camera again. But I will do it because I have to. All right, and I'm back. Man, my hair's gotten real long. The fact that I've recorded these like all weeks apart really, really shows like the growth of my hair. Assignment: if you find any pickaxes, you found 4? That's good news. I'll take them off your hand. 500 gold each will suffice. You can use 1 or 2 more if you can find them.
Well, it couldn't get worse, could it?
All right, cool. I'm feeling good about that. Oh, maybe my health didn't come back because, like, I can't sleep there. I can only wait. So it's just my natural health regeneration over time instead of, like, a real, like, rest, you know? Which means that optimally playing, I would leave the town, come back after resting, and that's how I do the quests. So I think this happened like halfway through the LP of the original game, which is this Morrowind LP. It's the same character, but I think I learned that like when you kill something, you have the option to remove the corpse, and you know I assume that's supposed to be like clicking here. You can see dispose of corpse and take all. And I assume that that's supposed to be, you know, a thing of like, hey, you know, get rid of the body so a guard doesn't see it or whatever in case you committed a crime. Because, shit, I committed a lot of crimes. I love committing crimes, especially murder, as we've talked about. God, that wasn't even the only, like, huge quest thing I solved with murder. There was a lot of those. I solved the entire Telvanni quest line with murder. You know why? Because it's the Dark Elf way. Anyway. Assignment: What? It's gone? This is unacceptable. For the money I spent on this venture. Fine. Another ship will have to be sent for. Well, don't stand there. The longer I look at you, the more I have to think about it. Take this and go away. Come back in a few days. Look, man, that one's on you. That one's not me. That's a you thing. Alright, just gotta find like a soft tuft of grass. That's not fighting music, is it? It better not be. It is. I don't want to deal with it. Somebody kill this bear. Was that thing chasing me from all the way out there? Who the hell are you? Travels the wilds of Solstheim? Oh.
Be careful.
You're just like a tutorial NPC.
There's more roaming about.
Enemies are nearby, huh? Can I sneak? Maybe I can see them from the top of this hill? Yes. Let's do another 24, huh? There we go. Much, much better. Much, much better. Oh, I gotta do it. I gotta do it more, though. All right. Okay.
What's this
Journal's been updated. Assignment. I don't have anything. Go bother Falco if you must.
me? It all falls to pieces.
Don't worry. I'm on my way. Can't believe they named him Falco. This is like pure fetch questery, might I add. Like, I'm just going back and forth between these two locations because sometimes I need to report back to, you know, my boss's boss. There's no real reason that Frostmoth can't be closer to Raven Rock. Man, just talking about Frostmoth and Raven Rock makes me want to play the Dragonborn DLC. I like that better than the main game. Like, if Skyrim came out and it was... This is a long-standing piece of video game development discussion, but... If Skyrim came out and it was just Solstheim, it would be similarly great. Maybe not as good. Maybe better. But it would still be awesome. And there's this long discussion of, like, hugeness in games. I really was able to see it very easily with Phantom Pain versus Ground Zeroes. Because normally Metal Gear Solid games are very densely packed 3D little environments. Because, like, you know, obviously MGS1 is a area of Shadow Moses. Well, it's an island off the coast of Alaska called Shadow Moses Island. And, you know, it's a whole area of that. But it's really just the base on it and a little bit of the outskirts. MGS2 is just this big floating base in New York's harbor. MGS1 is Outer Heaven, isn't it? MGS3 is Selinoyarsk? It's just a Russian base. But, like, the idea of having a big, cool area is diminished when you realize that the area is mostly going to be big and empty. Because, like, this is a big and empty area, you know? Because, like, there's not a lot of cool stuff in between here. But compare, like, just running out on a limb here, though. Compare, like, Dark Souls, which is a pretty small environment, to Skyrim, you know? Like, Dark Souls, you're basically never going to have a gap where there's not, like, enemies, you know? I mean, there are some, but, like, you're not going to walk for, like, 5 minutes without a battle, you know? But you can do that in the Elder Scrolls. In, like, every game. Whether you know it, you have arrived at a crossroads. If it hasn't already, Karnas will approach you before long. He will attempt to draw you in his plans for the colony, and though I do not know what they are, I know that you carried out the expense of the hard-working people of the colony. Rather than see you fall prey to this, I would give consideration aiding me. I can reveal to you the true reason I took the position was to counter whatever schemes Carnius may have. I want to see this colony succeed, and I believe you can help me see that it does. I should give you time to think. Let me know when you're ready to make a choice. I will help you. Glad to have you working with me. Every future assignment you are given will come from me. Oh, this is another bifurcation of the quest line. That's interesting. Because, like, obviously this is the first split is when you're just working for the Empire, and then you go talk to the Skull because they have to deal with the werewolf problem. And then you can get infected while working with the Skull or keep working with them. It's kind of interesting. Just, like, it keeps splitting. Assignment. I don't have a real one. I have a difficult decision to make, and your input would be valuable. Raven Rock is expanding nicely despite the heavy ore quotas Carnius has insisted on. It's time we built something better than housing, and the funds are available for either a smithy or trader's outpost. I'm having a difficult time deciding which would suit us better.
Well, it couldn't get worse, could it?
The smith or the... Let's go with the smith. A smith would be useful. You sure that's what we should invest? Once we started, you can't afford to change your mind. Very well. I'll make sure it starts promptly. Carnius needs to be informed, regardless of whether or not he cares. Can't do anything without the utmost regard for procedure. We don't want to give him an edge. Carnius of the decision. Alright, on the way back. But yeah, I think I've definitely, now that I'm talking about it, I think I've talked about this before, but for me it was months ago. But like, compare Breath of the Wild to... Compare Breath of the Wild to the Majora's Mask. Breath of the Wild has a shitload of just empty space. And granted, Breath of the Wild has a lot more like stuff in it than your average sandbox RPG. And like, that's to its credit. But it is still nowhere near as dense as the map from Majora's Mask, or even like a proper action game, you know? That was, in fact, why I quit Dragon's Dogma. For those who don't know, I started an LP of Dragon's Dogma like probably at least a year ago now, maybe more. And like I played through 6 episodes, but like while just like I just started exploring in game in the last episode I recorded. And then when I was like, okay, I'm gonna finish exploring and then I'll get back to the main quest. And like I finished exploring and then I got back to the main quest. And when I was like all ready to start the next episode, I was like, I don't give a shit, you know? Dragon's Dogma is so empty and there's nothing in it. Like, it's kind of cool, but like, it's so empty. Sorry, let me just scooch around the giant dead bear in the entrance. Guys, can somebody clean this up, please? It's supposed to be the Empire. But yeah, Granzis, I think is the name of the world. It's so empty. I'm expecting a decision from Falco. What? Fine, that's fine. I don't care. Make sure there are no problems. I don't want to be bothered. He doesn't even have unique dialogue.
You chose Falco.
That's interesting. He doesn't even have unique dialogue for... What is it? Assignment? Didn't realize you were that stupid. Well, maybe I'll just kill you. You know what? I've decided I'll do that. I can murder him and get my way out. I've got a shitload of reputation to be getting on with. How much of this episode has just been spent walking back and forth between these?
Now.
You know what I like about Skyrim? In the Dragonborn DLC, you walk between these two exact areas once. I feel like there's a lot less busy work in Skyrim, but there is still busy work. The thing about the they have the Radiant quest system, you know, heavily talked up and all. But it does mean that every Radiant quest is busy work because they're randomly generated. So like if you do a Radiant quest for the Dark Brotherhood, you shouldn't because you should kill those fools. If you do a Radiant quest for the Dark Brotherhood, every quest is the same. You go, like, you just sit in the chamber with the Night Mother. She whispers some bullshit to you. I think you go talk to someone else about it. I don't remember. It's been a while. And I don't do the Dark Brotherhood quest line. Well, I don't normally do it. I have done it. I've done everything except the Bard's College because who the fuck cares about the fucking Bard's College? Jesus Christ. Anyway, yeah. So I think you talked to what's his name? and then you talk to the Night Mother, and then I think you talk to what's his name again, or maybe the other what's his name. It's Cicero and the other guy. Those are the survivors. Spoilers for Skyrim, a 10-year-old game. Hey, some people might be playing it for the first time, honestly. On account of that new Legendary Edition, I think. Again, I still don't know the actual name. You're an assignment, nothing more when the construction is finished. When the construction is finished. God damn it. Well, and the game isn't saving. That's a good time for me to stop playing. Anyway, have stuff in your game world. Don't have people just go back and forth. Oh yeah, I was talking about raiding quests. I'll finish that quickly. Raiding quests. You just do them, and they're the same every time, basically. You just go here, kill this guy, come back, get paid. Every time it's the same. Oh no, you have to go talk to the guy. Because you listen to the Night Mother. She's like, some dickhead did the thing. You go talk to the guy who did the thing. He's like, hey, I want this guy killed. Ice him. You're like, great, got the cash, pay up. And then you do it. And you do those as many times as you want. And like, they're always the same. And just have stuff in your game, you know? As I talked about earlier, looping it back in. I'm looping it in, guys. I've had more fun, I think, with short games that are replayable as shit, as opposed to a long game that has a bunch of stuff in it you all do once. Because at some point it gets a little samey, you know? Because I played through, like, Devil May Cry 4 how many times? Probably like 8? 8 full times I played through DMC 4. I don't even know how many times I played through DMC 5. Revengeance, God Hand, those are all great. Those are all fantastic. Like, I played through Fallout 3 like once. But yeah. That'll do it for this episode because the game isn't saving me anymore. So I'll just go finish up this bullshit off screen, maybe, or maybe not, whatever. This questline's not as good as I hope, but I'll see you guys next time for hopefully less fetch questing busy work. I've been Alfred. This has been Morrowind, specifically the Bloodmoon DLC. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.